Okay, quick interruption while I get my video camera to get working. Where is it? Log in, you sod. There we are. Okay, why are you not starting up automatically? We'll never know. But we're here now. Good morning, everyone. It's a fairly damp and grey morning here in Melbourne. It's been raining overnight. It'll probably be raining some more throughout the day. But I'm indoors. I'm going to be indoors for the remainder of the day, so haha, screw you weather. And yeah, so let's get on with this. We're still collecting one of each rare item in the Elite Dangerous gameplay universe. We're still faffing around with the conditions of getting them all in alphabetical order. No Super Cruise overdrive, or overcharge rather. No buying fuel whilst I'm in stores. I mean, the usual thing. Okay, now what's asking for my login authority on? Okay, there. Move, you sod. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, just having some last minute glitches because, you know, that's what happens. Okay, what is causing this issue? A browser window just popped up with saying that needed friendly authentication for something, and it's not telling me what it needs to authenticate with. What can I say? The machine hates us all. Okay, so current scores. Now, as you can see, 82 items have been collected, 5 are missing in action, and 55 left to go. And we're on to the Dia Matrona system, which is about 155 light years away, but there's 1.8 million seconds worth of Super Cruise to do in that. So yeah, bring a book, or a cut lunch, or both. There we go. 4 jumps away. And I'll just make sure I've actually got the rare commodity from, which is the Moma's Bog Spaniel. Yeah, got the Bog Spaniel. Time to go. And yeah, so news on my front, the work front, they're putting me back onto night shifts not too far from now. So that's going to be fun because that'll mean that my regular streams will be at the back end of a night on as an internet banking fraud analyst. So, you know, let's see if my usual fun demeanour is up to snuff and up to par. And yeah, so yeah, keeping things neatly synced up and so forth. So yeah, my night shift ones, well, I reckon there'll be some bonus streams going on, just because well, I'll have to have something to do during my weekend and during the time when I'm ramping up to do night shifts and so forth. So what'll happen is my last shift on my regular 3 to 11:30 p.m. After that, I'll try and stay up for as long as possible, and normally what I do in those sorts of things is, well, hey, I play this game because it's nice and quiet, doesn't wake the rest of the household up, and yeah, so if I'm going to do that, I might as well do it well, if I'm going to do that, I'll stream at the same time, so you're getting, there'll be some bonus streams for you in the next couple of weeks. And they may be extended edition. And you may even get to see me fall asleep at the keyboard and then face first into a desk mic. So, fun and games with extra personal embarrassment. What's not to like? No, ma'am. I can't help but think that that's just a system with a really small breast in it somewhere. Like microscopic boobies. B and C vitamins and electrolyte replacements, all in one handy, non-fizzy, kinda icky. Right, there we go. So, yes. And I'd like to know how your day and week is going so far. I'm sad to say that my life is fairly mundane. My Birkenstock sandals are on the way out. They're about, I think the only thing that's holding together now was wishful thinking and some leather rather that's a bit stretched. And probably not much longer for this world. But I have to say, I do love my Birkies. I pretty much haven't worn anything else all year round since we started having those COVID-19 lockdowns. And weren't they fun? Yeah, so I decided bright and early on, oh no, hang on, I've got to slow this ship down to 50% so I can dodge this. I think it's a white dwarf. Yeah, it's a white dwarf. Right. Double check that. Yep. White dwarves, the absolute bane of my existence. Neutron stars are hair-raising enough, but white dwarves are all that and malice as well. Yeah, so just looking at the list of rare items here and so forth, and I have to say, I could probably go through the descriptions or use Inara to weed out anything that doesn't appear to have an active market for those particular items. But hey, where would the fun in that be? I mean, if I'm going to go this way, there we go. Then may as well go the whole hog, go there, because the journey's part of the whole experience, isn't it? And sometimes the experience is one of intense disappointment after a fair amount of in-flight supercruise. That's a lot of vipers back there. Yes. So let's talk about the ship I'm currently faffing in around now. What I'll do is I've got time, I've got the inclination. So nothing too over-engineered about this thing. So where are we? In Nara. The assets, and then the ship list. Type 8. Where is there's the purple orc. Yeah, so this thing is really just designed to haul cargo and be as cool as possible while doing it, because I'm going to have contraband and illegal goods in pretty much every system I visit now. So, and I can get rid of the auto field maintenance units next time I'm around somewhere and just drop them off. And what's the tonnage on those things? Power draw, repair rating. It doesn't appear to actually have any mass. Oh well. Okay, you. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to copy the whole shebang, because the short form URLs from Inara aren't short forming. So maybe if I export it to Coriolis and see if I can export. What have we got there? Reset. Short link. There we go. Okay, so I'll save everybody the pain and bother, and I will put it into short form on Coriolis. So as you can see, nothing too fancy or out of the ordinary there. Got a couple of pre-engineered cargo racks in there, but they're well, pre-engineered. So let's see what happens when I delete that. Let's empty that out and empty that out, and doesn't make any difference at all. Pretty much nothing at all, I think. Okay. 41.83 width, and yep. Okay, so The only thing it does is reduce my power draw. And seeing as they're switched off, that makes no difference whatsoever. So I might as well keep the ship there. Or keep the stuff there. It's just, if they're not taking up any tonnage and they're switched off, I might as well keep them for those times when things go mildly astray, such as being interdicted and having large chunks of my insides turned into my outsides. So yeah, we'll keep the AMFUs there and trundle on regardless. There we go. Okay, and the Type 8's a nice enough ship. Certainly one of the more manoeuvrable cargo haulers out there. And obviously being Supercruise overcharged native, way more stable and less prone to turning into a charcoal briquette whilst in Supercruise. Although with this ship, yeah, you're not going to get that much SEO time out of it, no matter how cool you run it, because it seems to get really, really hot and become something of a fan of overheating while in SEO. So I think any ship that's intent on doing the hut and run in a Type 8 as quickly as possible, well, you're probably going to be investing in a bucket load of engineered heatsink dispensers, and probably going for something from, say, Sirius Corp pre-engineered ones, just because, well, they are pretty damn nifty, and you're going to need a whole bunch of them. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, he's going to zip right past me. I have to say, I'm getting a little bit antsy and so forth, just because I haven't shot anything for a couple of days now, and and I've got two ships that crave the blood. So my Cobra Mark V, the Angry Chihuahua, the original stroppy Chihuahua in my fit out and so forth, and then the Kestrel Mark II, which is the Rabid Chihuahua, because holy hell, that thing's a monster. And say what you will, and I will. The Kestrel might be a tad bit overpowered. I mean, if I'm soloing elite anacondas in a small ship, and I'm not having that much trouble doing it. Granted, it's PvE, but if I'm not having that sort of issues with elite rated anacondas in a small ship, then maybe they do need to turn the rabies down a bit, because it's nice to just earn your keep, and as opposed to dynamiting guppies in a bucket. So all I can say is my current in-game quest, yeah, it's a combination of semi-professional piloting and really, really excellent bad decisions. So whose idiot idea was it? Oh, that's right, I look in the mirror and I find out it's me. I've also, I suppose I could use the time I've got here and make my Twitch stream landing page a little bit more engaging and relatable and so forth. And for that, I'd probably have to learn how. So yeah, I'd have to go and do some more of their learning pages and so forth. More of a let's jump in and move quickly and break things, and then try and salvage what we broke. Because hey, what were we doing? We don't know. We're doing everything at once, and now some things are broken. We don't know where. One thing I am definitely going to be looking at is the Elite Intel add-on, bolt-on add-on by Commander, what's his name? Crondor? No, because that looks interesting. You know, while HCS voice packs and voice attack are all well and good, and I'd have to say I do enjoy them, and I've spent perhaps a bit more money on voice packs than the wife would actually be happy with. And when I say a bit, I mean a lot. But what she doesn't know, she can't use against me. In any event, so there is all of that. But the AI mode looks to be rather interesting. So we'll try it out. I've got an alts character that is sadly neglected, which is a pity because he is Commander Greybeard, and seeing as this is Greybeard Gamerdad's channel here, maybe I should play him more often. But Commander Wolferic, which is my first character in Pilot in Elite Dangerous, and that name, as I've said earlier, got a huge amount of history behind it, starting off in the early days of PC gaming, where it was pretty much text-based for graphics and so forth, because hey, why not? So the game of Moria, which was basically random generated dungeon crawl, based heavily in part on a previous game called Rogue, which in turn was kind of sort of based on D&D, same stats and stuff like that, same sort of classes, same sort of spells in many instances as well, I think. And so yeah, my first experience was running a half-elven ranger, and so many deaths in the dungeons of Moria. So there was Wolferic II, Wolferic III, go on through to Wolferic the 28th. They all died in the dungeons of Moria. So, and then obviously I was playing it on the Amiga after that, and they had graphics and so forth with it, and there was a version of Moria. It's called Moria, and version number 5.4, and they went and expanded things and so forth. So there were big icky things of various colours and so forth, and then there was all of these icky things and so forth. They would breed. So one would become two or three, and you had sometimes it was a bit of a time trial to kill them all off before they completely got out of control and totally infested the room you were in, followed by the rest of the dungeon. But the bigger blue icky things, when me and my friends were playing Moria, we'd see those and we would absolutely book it away because they wouldn't do that much damage to you. But they had a whole bunch of other really, really nasty effects. You know, they would confuse you so that you couldn't get away, and you know, no matter which round you bump into something, you know, or you wouldn't be able to spellcast at all or anything like that because you're too confused, and then you know, they would rob you blind by begging money for you, and they'd just empty out your wallet, and so. When we're playing it and so forth, the panicked cry, "It's a bigger blue wiki thing!" And then quickly making an exit to the making your way to the nearest exit, and then up a flight of stairs, then back down again, so the dungeon level would respawn, and then rinse and repeat. It was an experience. Being completely hammered by those things, and just they do a small amount of damage, but what was totally insulting was if they bred so that they completely surrounded you, and then you would be in a state of constant confusion and absolutely robbed blind, no money left and so forth, and all you could do was just bounce from pillar to post. And then you just go, oh, hell with this, and just quit the game and restart. In fact, I think I'm going to go have a look at Aminet and see if they've still got it. So what it is. Oh, it's aminet.net, right. Not .org. Search. It's still there. I think I may actually. I think I will. I think I will reinstall Amiga Forever on my PC here, and then just play this game for the sheer sake of unbridled, raw, unadulterated horror. And the whole thing sitting, the whole game, including the graphics files and the game. 601,088 bytes in total. Oh, I think I'm going to indulge in some 32-bit and 16-bit nostalgia. Oh. Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing tonight. Okay, so. Yes, and so other things I did while mucking about in my youth. Well, obviously I was kind of more than a bit of a nerd and so forth, so my Commodore Amiga, first the 600. Why they got rid of the number pad, I'll never know. All I do know is so they could have a cheaper entry-level thing than the 500. But, and the 1200. The 1200 was absolutely peak for me. I had an accelerator card in it and got me up to, let me think, Motorola 68030 with a Maths coprocessor in it, 8 megabytes of fast RAM, and let's see if I can remember what the clock speed was. It was 40 megahertz. Woot. Oh, I have new people that are visiting. Hi to all my Twitch viewers. Nice of you to join me this morning. So if you obviously haven't been keeping abreast of current events, and that's because I haven't mentioned it for a while, the current aim of the stream so far is I'm collecting one of every rare commodity in the galaxy, collecting them in strict alphabetical order. I'm playing in open so that not only do I have to deal with potential pirates, but hey, other hostile commanders out there. It could be either hostile with a reason or hostile because lols. And so get all of that. And while I'm also doing that, no buying fuel. I got to rely strictly on what the universe provides. And no supercruise overcharge, because you're going to fly the Hutton orbital the way nature intended, and that means it's going to take you 90 minutes to get there. And as I can see here at the moment, I'm sort of like doing a nice long run here. The trip out to Penzance Dock started with a run of around about 1.8 million light seconds to get to where I'm going. After that, I've got 2 more stations after this. And both of them, well, one's about 500,000 light seconds to do, and the other one is about 595,000 light seconds. So today, it's going to be a lot of supercruise and me just waffling on about things in general until people tell me to stop. And yes, I'm just trundling along with that. Let's see how the community goal is going. Okay, so still on track for completion about 2 days prior to the time limit. So current time left for the community goal is 1 week, 1 day, 8 hours and 27 minutes, and Inara estimates it'll be completed in 6 days, 6 hours and 43 minutes. And for those that are currently contributing and so forth, okay, the top 100%, so pretty much anybody that delivers just a single ton of cargo or more, well, they're guaranteed a minimum payout of 45 million credits. For those that are pulling in 1,032 tons or more, you got a guaranteed minimum of 100 million credits. Top 50 is in the pack with having delivered a minimum of 2,600 tons of stuff. Top 25 is 170 million credits, and you get that with dropping off 8,295 tons or more. And then you got the Maniac top 10 commanders, which are, if they're not members of the Hutton Orbital Truckers, I'd be deeply surprised, because they've done some fairly prodigious hauling there. The top one has done more than 350,000 tons of cargo. Now, my Panther Clipper can haul 1,320, so this is somebody that's done at least 300 runs, or close to 300 runs, just backwards and forwards. I would go out of my mind. I'd have to take time out to go and shoot something. And, and if that means strapping guns to a Panther Clipper and going, have at you, and then eating a rebuy screen, then yeah, I'll strap the guns on. Give me them pulse lasers. This is my contribution. Yeah, so I did the 15,840 units. I did that in 2 sessions on the weekend, and then went, yeah, I'll leave the rest of the hauling up to others and so forth, and I'll get my personal hauling mission out of the way so I can go and do other things, such as be professionally unpleasant to people in a hideously beweaponed Kestrel Mark II, or just go around and do some power play activities. So there is that. Oh, Fadom, you brought I just jumped onto my stream software here and just noted. Oh, thank you for coming in and bringing friends. Always very much appreciated. And yep, so welcome to the Twitch. Only been doing this for a short time, but he's hoping that I'm being entertaining enough to keep you around. And if not, well, say hi and then bye. I mean, I'm easy either way, but do say hi. So I'm going to be at this for the next 2 and a bit hours. Then obviously I'm gonna do the whole thing of being a responsible adult, and then it's off to work for from 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and that'll be fun because my workplace has the really, really humane and totally agreeable policy of if your shift ends after 8 p.m. on a weekday, then you can work it from home. You don't have to come into the office at all. So how good is that? They did drag me into some 2 days worth of mandatory in-house training back in the beginning of April. And gotta say, it could have been done in a Zoom meeting, but obviously they wanted bums on seats. They wanted to make sure that people were actually paying attention, I suppose. And before that, the previous time I was in the office was October last year. So in the last, call it the last year or so, I've been into the office for a grand total of 4 days. All of my other shifts have been here in my office, where the closest thing I have to any form of rush hour traffic is tripping over a couple of golden retrievers that will flop themselves just about anywhere. They have no cares about that, and they don't care about personal space either. So if I get busted into by one of them, when I say one of them, I mean Nova, who is hideously intelligent and has worked out how to open every door in the house, then I may be suddenly accosted with a golden retriever at any time during the stream, and if that happens, well, you'll get a live picture of her too. And yep, things have calmed down greatly since we started having litters of puppies being delivered to us in February. So we had one litter of puppies come to us in early February, and they went to their forever homes at 10 weeks. So come the beginning of April, well, wouldn't you know it, another litter of puppies was born to us, and this one was huge. It was 11 puppies, and they were really, really cute and adorable and so forth at first, and then when they started moving around and jumping around and being, well, more active and social type things, well, we had to put them onto solid food then, and 11 puppies can make an incredible amount of poop in just one day. Trying to keep ahead of that was a task, let me tell you. But the last of those 11 puppies went to their forever homes on the weekend, and we finished cleaning up yesterday. So before that, it was a trial. It really was. But not gonna lie, the puppies were definitely terrifyingly cute on an individual level, and of course in quantity, and being swarmed by 11 puppies running towards you from the distance, and then kind of getting to you so very, very quickly, yeah, is terrifyingly cute. And yep, they're like hairy piranhas with teeth. And of course, because I don't wear any form of shoes at all, if I can possibly help it, stay away from the tyranny of socks wherever you can is my advice. So puppies and Birkenstocks is a recipe for vigorously chewed on toes. So, yeah, strangely enough, I kind of recommend it. Because, let's not deny, it's fun. Okay, just going to have a quick look in the actual Twitch channel itself. Sayo's here. It's so weird seeing me here and so forth, and just going, yeah, you're really, really old, and you've lost a lot of hair since your youth. If I knew I was going to stick around this long, I may have taken better care of myself in the time. But oh well. We are where we are. My hair loss is really quite spectacular. Let's see if I turn off the overhead light, maybe it'll look like... Well, that's not so bad. That's not so bad at all. Yeah, so now I'm not blinding my viewers with the light bouncing off this chrome dome of mine. There's stuff there pretending to be hair, but it's not. Very, very wispy. So yeah. See, we've got someone else that's just joined us. Hello, whoever you are, say hi. We're still going through our collection of stuff. And yep, as you can probably see by looking through the chat, we've got 82 rare commodities, 1 of each on board, 5 of missing in action or probably vacationing in Raxler, 55 left to go, and we're on to getting the Matrona Experience Jelly. And if that was a time-limited special commodity and so forth, and it's no longer available, I'm going to be mildly disappointed. Because 1.8 million light seconds in Super Cruise, with no Super Cruise overcharge, because that would be against the rules, is it's a hell of a long haul. Well, we do what we must. Coming up, okay, we're coming up on time to throttle down to 75%. And once again, Elite Dangerous is lying to us about the amount of time it's going to be before we get there. It's saying it's 54 seconds, or 53 now, and it lies. It lies so comprehensively. That's the longest 1 second ever. Except for that one. So yeah, and as I was saying earlier, after this, so I'm here until 1 PM Melbourne time, so about the next 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then after that, it's be helpful husband about the house, do some cleaning and stuff, get some stuff tidied up, get some stuff squared away, and then it's off to work for 8 hours, where I try and stop people from being robbed with their internet banking services, and if people do have stuff ripped out of their accounts, it's my job to try and go out and see if I can't get it back. And I was thinking about it the other day, and me phoning you up at whatever time is very much similar to internet scammers and so forth calling you up and trying to get you to play along to the same thing. So we're basically doing the same thing, but our intentions and aims are completely different. So an online scammer is going to try and get you to work on a panic mode and so forth. So they're going to try and say things are diabolically wrong with your account. You need to do all sorts of things as quickly as possible to protect your account from being robbed blind and emptied completely. And then after that, well, what they'll do is they'll try and get you to act on a fear response and working strictly on emotion through what is laughingly called, well, not laughingly, but technically called an amygdala hijack. And the amygdala is that part of your brain which is the overexcited emotional part of your brain. And if I'm calling you up, I'm trying to do the exact opposite. So my intention is to keep you as calm as possible and thinking in that good thinky space. So, and actively handing control of the conversation over to you at every opportunity. Whereas, obviously, the scammers, they want to take control of the conversation and keep it because they want you playing to their playbook, which is acting in their best interests. Whereas my playbook, I want you to go, I wanted you to do what I want you to do. I want you to do what I'm telling you, but in my instance, my telling you is confirming whether or not the transaction I'm seeing here in front of me is actually legitimate, or if it's some sort of online scam. And if it is some sort of online scam, then I want you to formally report it so I can go out and try and be as professionally unpleasant to the joker at the other end and try and get your money back. Not saying it will happen. People that are involved in online scams and so forth are very, 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 very good at what they do. And unfortunately, so many of the scam things that happen out there, they happen and they use those techniques because unfortunately the techniques work. And they work rather well, so. Okay, that's better. I've just recently moved over from HOTAS, hands on throttle and stick, to HOSAS, hands on stick and stick, and I'm got just let it auto dock. Don't have to worry too much about being scanned here, I don't think. Well, here's hoping I don't. 18% heat should be okay. Yep. Okay. So as I was saying, my job, is to try and get money back. And last night I had a few good wins. Actually got money. I had one scam event. It was somebody ripping off the Australian Taxation Office to the tune of what was it? It was $17,000, give or take, through a dodgy business activity statement refund scam that was popular at the time. So, so the account was, well, the customer received the funds back in 2022, and we locked the account down fairly comprehensively before much damage could be done, and we sent an email off to the Australian Taxation Office saying, hey, can you confirm this credit because it looks dodgy as hell? And then finally yesterday, after 4 years, they said, yeah, that's dodgy. Can you bring the money back to us? And so what could have been a $17,500 loss turned into a loss of only $950 because somebody that god-awful o'clock in the morning 4 years ago went, yeah, that looks dodgy, and locked the account up tight as a drum. And the customer at the other end said, I want my money. Here's my business activity statement thing to say that it is my money. And this was right in the middle of when we were having a huge influx of dodgy business activity statement refunds. Like it was a scam being promoted online as a way of getting free money from the government. Yeah, it's called fraud. And yeah, so those schemes were being advertised through various dodgy ads on Facebook, and yeah, so pretty much every bank in Australia was swarmed with a Zerg rush of dodgy ATA credits. And yeah, so in this instance, we got, I don't know, 95% of the money locked down, and before anything else could happen. So yeah, that was a good win. 4 years in the making, because who knew the government bureaucracy actually moved that slowly. Now let's get the please be there as a okay. What's this stuff? Motrono experience jelly. Okay, so grab one of those. There we go. Programmable narcotic created in small batches and pre-programmed to provide what... Oh, legal in... Okay, pretty much... Yeah, so this is going to be illegal in a whole bunch of places as well. So, yeah, who would have thunk? So, just updating my spreadsheet of everything, and... So that's 83 commodities down, 5 missing in action again, and 54 left to go. Let's head off to the Mukusubi system. And again, this one's going to have a fair chunk of Super Cruise Super Cruise in-system travel, and 5 jumps to go. And running away from the nug station. Okay, so let's go. Do a refuel on the way. Okay. And yeah, so not gonna lie, there's plenty of online scams and so forth out there that are just waiting to happen to anybody and everybody. And in my years of experience as an internet banking fraud analyst, I will tell you this: nobody is immune to an online scam. Pretty much anybody, anywhere, anytime can be scammed. All it needs is the right message, and then suddenly you're out to the tune of however many dollars it is. Could be just a few, could be in excess of $100,000 or more. And it just depends on the type of scam that you're more likely to fall victim to is dependent more on your demographics. I mean, people say that they say that people over the age of 50 are more likely to be scammed than people in the in younger demographics. I don't know if that's entirely accurate, but the only thing that I look at the customer's age and so forth, and that tells me what scams they're more likely to fall victim to. So, for example, somebody who's in their late teens or early 20s and so forth, they're more likely to fall victim to a sextortion scam, where you're trading pictures of a dubious nature with other people, and suddenly they turn around and say, well, if you don't give us money, we're going to share these pictures with everybody in your Facebook friends list. And then so they'll gang up on you that way. And so unfortunately it's generally males in their late teens and early 20s that I see being on the victim of that type of scam, whereas people that are in the older age bracket, 40s, 50s and so forth and the like, they're more likely to fall victim to a type of scam which we call, it's called various types of things, family impersonation, or we just call it the hi mum scam. So you'll get a message through something like WhatsApp purporting to be one of your offspring, and they have accidentally dropped their phone or damaged their phone or dropped it in a toilet or whatever, and they've had to get a brand new phone, and now they've got bills to pay, and can you please lend them some money? And because they had to get a new phone, they've got a new number as well, so that's why their regular number isn't showing up. And then before you know it, you sent money to somebody who isn't your offspring and so forth. So in a situation like that, you can either ignore the message completely and contact your kids via their last known numbers and say, hey, did you just message me asking for money? And 99 times out of 100, the offspring will be saying, no. Why? Have you got some to spare? And for the people that just send the money out and just go, haha, it generally doesn't end well. Sometimes we'll get some money back, but most of the time, that money's as good as gone as soon as it went. Investment scams can hit pretty much anybody and everybody. Romance scams start being more of a risk when you start getting to your 30s, and especially if you're in your 40s, 50s and onwards, and you're either divorced or you've never been married at all. That then starts to be something of risk there. So romance scams and friendship scams are a definite risk factor there. But really, if you just want to protect yourself from various online scams, well, every government out there has got their own information source. And here in Australia, that information source is the Australian government's Scamwatch website, which is www.scamwatch.gov.au, or just Google Scamwatch. And it's a brilliant source of education and news, and it will tell you what type of scams are the perennial favourites. Hint, it's investment scams, and what scams are new and trending, and a flavour of the month. And at the moment, there's a variant of an investment scam out there going on, and it's talking about buying various types of precious metals and so forth via cryptocurrency as an investment opportunity. And you are investing, but not in your future. You're investing in the future of the person that's busy ripping you off. So avoid them at all costs. And if you see something like an advertisement on Facebook and it's got Gina Reinhardt on it, for example, why they would be promoting anything on Facebook should be a red flag right there. The woman's got more money than God, and doesn't need to do chintzy ads on Facebook to get more of it. So that's a big red flag there. Or if it's Anthony Albanese on that Facebook ad that you're seeing, well, he's got better things to do with his time than again flog some cheap and nasty investment scheme online. So if you see something being advertised by somebody rich and famous, or just famous, and especially if it's on Facebook, because Lord knows the advertising experience there is nothing but a stream of garbage, then by all means just avoid it, ignore it. Speaking of Facebook advertising, I don't know what it is, but I think I've been very, very lucky of late, because I've yet to haven't seen one of those dodgy investment scheme ads on my feed for a good long while now. So either Facebook's algorithms has finally cottoned onto the fact that if I see these types of ads, the first thing I'm going to do is to basically report them as being scammy shits. Or if it's or if it's just me not fitting the investment, the desperate-seeming investor looking for quick buck demographic. In any event, yeah, they're going to be going elsewhere for chumps. I don't want to be involved.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hammering sin in a vulture. Time for the first slug of coffee for the day.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yes. And for those of you that are looking to invest online, well, my first word of advice as a properly unqualified piece of advice is go see a qualified financial advisor.
Frameshift drive charging.
And whatever you do, don't rely on anybody that cold calls you or anybody that you get popping up in a Facebook ad, because, again, Facebook's advertising is a cesspit. Sure, it's got legit stuff in there, but I've seen so many advertisements there that are obviously dodgy as... pardon me, that are obviously dodgy as all hell. I report them as being, obvious scam and spam, and I then get the auto-moderated message back a little bit later saying that the advertisement that I've reported does not go against their community guidelines and they're going to keep the ad in place. Which then makes me think, just what sort of community guidelines and standards do they have? Because they're obviously far lower than mine. You know, because, well, I have standards. You know, people like Pol Pot have standards. An entity like Facebook has a balance sheet, a spreadsheet, a profit and loss statement, and shareholders that are going, fuck you, pay me. So the community standards are not, in any way, shape or form, anything of a concern. And to quote, Barbosa in Pirates of the Caribbean, they're more like guidelines. And so, yep, we're in another 500,000 light second super cruise here. We're not using the super cruise overcharge because, well, that would be going against the rules of this whole self-imposed challenge of mine. Why I decided to do it this way, we'll never know. Actually, I do know. I'm an anal-retentive idiot that exists somewhere on the autism spectrum of bad ideas and rigorous adherence to structure and the rules. Oh, we're coming in on a binary system. Yay. Always fun and games there. oh boy, I am definitely going to be running into gankers on stop number, where are we? Stop number 120, the waters of Shinrada, because hey, we're going to Shinrada Desert, which is frequently known as Ganker Haven, or Ganker's Playground, for the sheer number of them hanging around outside the station, willing to shoot anybody and everybody. So yeah, where are we? We're at 89, so 31 stops from now. Wish me luck. Yep, and as can be seen from that quick little flash there, yep, still flying and open, and yeah, I'm going to be more than mildly paranoid in the next little while. Okay, I'm just going to do some quick adjustment here. Oh man, my feet are boiling. Socks, who'd have them? Oi. Get thee away, tyrant. Back to the Birkenstocks. Oh, so much better. So much better. Yeah, so as I was saying before, before getting involved in any sort of investment, go see a qualified financial advisor. Don't see any muppet that hangs their shingle on a Facebook advertisement, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to be dodgy as hell. So the proper course of action is go see a qualified financial advisor, and if all else fails, go to your local bank branch and ask them if you can speak with a financial advisor with NAB or CBA or Westpac or ANZ or wherever, and they'll either give you sort of like where to go on their website, or they may even give you a phone number for that sort of thing, for a financial advisor in their immediate stable. And if you're getting the advisor details direct from, say, your bank, then you don't need to worry too much. But if you're going through somebody that is operating under an what's what I'm looking for here? If they're outside of the scope of a major bank or anything like that, and you just want to make sure that their bona fides are who they are, and so forth. The person that you're dealing with, before you enter into any sort of contractual agreements, ask if you can have details of their Australian Financial Securities Licence, which is it's just called an AFSL number, and that's something that every financial services advisor and financial broker and so forth has to have in order to do business in Australia. It's operated by ASIC, and so yeah, you get your potential advisor's AFSL number. You look it up on the ASIC website, and that'll tell you who the AFSL belongs to. And advisors can operate under their own AFSL number, or they can operate under the AFSL of their employer if they're advising on behalf of a larger group. And if it is a larger group that the AFSL is attached to, then give the larger group a call through their general inquiries line and say, hey, I'm speaking with Joe Bloggs. They say that they're a financial advisor operating under your umbrella. So could you please confirm whether or not Joe Bloggs is a duly authorised advisor operating under your licence? And the people at the other end will be more than happy to tell you yes or no. If it's no, it means that they're stopping somebody from cashing in on their name to scam you. And if it is a yes, well, hey, they're helping that person become part of your, bring you in as part of the business, and then they earn money off you by providing a service. So yeah, for you, it's a win-win situation for the people at the end of the other end of the telephone call for you, and it's a win-win for you as well, because you either confirm that the person you're dealing with is legit, in which case, hey, you can trust them, or they're not legit, in which case you can drop them like a hot rock and not lose any money. So winning on both scores. And I have to say, any day where you deprive a scammer from any sort of payday at all, even if it's just $1, is a good day. And working where I work, I live for those good days. I love to be professionally unpleasant to the meatheads and the muppets that think that they can pull one over on people. And I have to admit that, I get a real sadistic burst of pleasure when I'm locking these people's accounts down and referring them to the other people that will quickly show them the door and kick them out on their asses. Now, if only we could do something about those friggin' unregulated gambling apps, because, so much of my work is just caught up in dealing with these false alarms and false reports, because some cheesehead out there decided, hey, I'm going to blow my entire rent or mortgage payment on the online pokies this month. And then hours or days later, they're going to go, oh, wow, I don't have rent money. I don't have the mortgage payment. I know. I'll report all of this activity where I was busy being a cheesehead as being an online scam or a fraud. And then I'll get my money back. Spoiler, you won't. We know what an unregulated gambling activity looks like. And we know all the usual lurks and perks and so forth that that people involved in unregulated gambling do. What they, you will fit a pattern. Guaranteed it. You will fit a pattern. And not only that, but the person that you're sending money to, or the people that you're sending money to, they'll also fit a pattern. Slightly different pattern, but the same general outline. And then once we determine that you're involved in unregulated gambling, we're going to go, yeah, no, we're dropping your case like a hot rock because it's unregulated gambling. Bye now. Go see our disputed transactions team. They'll go through the motions of trying to get your money back, but yeah, you're not getting your rent this month, and you're not getting your mortgage this month. Try not to be an idiot next month. And the stories from these sorts of people are always the same sort of deal as well. I fell asleep, I don't have a lock on my phone, and when I woke up, all my money was gone. I wish they'd come up with a different story. I really do. I'm kind of disappointed and heavily bored with the old story. I want something new and interesting. And as for why you shouldn't get involved in unregulated gambling, well, the reasons are many and varied. One, you don't know if they're running an honest game. They say they're honest, they say they promise out they pay out on your winnings, and maybe they do. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't a lot. So you don't know if you're going to be getting getting any sort of return on your investment. They may decide to hem you in and so forth and say, sure, yeah, but we don't want you to go away. Here, have some bonus credits and so forth. And before you know it, you spent your bonus credits and you spent your other credits as well. And obviously you can't cash out your bonus credits. They may be sitting on top of the money you've already got in the account first, and the bonus credits will be the last to be spent. Or, and maybe these people running these online pokies ads and so forth, maybe they are legitimate somewhere, and maybe they do pay their taxes. Maybe. Very maybe. But at the end of the day, you have no notion at all and no guarantee that the money that you're pumping into these games and apps are not being used to facilitate further acts of organised crime or international terrorism or sex trafficking or whatever. You just don't know. Because unfortunately the criminal element out there have worked out that one of the quickest and easiest ways of making a risk-free dollar or two is to open up an online casino. The overheads are low, and all you need to do is create a website, which is paint by numbers these days. Put on a suitable back end to run the gaming side of things, and again, that's paint by numbers as well. Or create an app online, again, paint by numbers. And these people have worked out, yeah, it's a brilliant way of getting money quickly, easily, and risk-free. And if we want to make lots and lots of dollars, we'll market these products and services to Australians, who per capita are some of the biggest gamblers in the world. And if you don't believe me, have a look at how many poker machines are available for use in New South Wales and compare that to Nevada and Las Vegas. You would be surprised. You would be very surprised at just how desperate the numbers are and just how much per 100,000 people, how many more poker machines we have in Australia than pretty much anywhere else in the world. It's stupid. All talked out for a moment, so I'm just going to take a quick breather. Sorry, dad joke, not sorry. But yeah, I'm just going to be a little bit on the extra quiet side because, strangely enough, for an introvert like me, and I am on the autism spectrum as well. Seems like Asperger's syndrome, as it was formerly called, is something of a genetic thing because, hey, my son has it. My middle son was diagnosed with having Asperger's at around about the age of 5 or 6. And my wife, who was doing the questionnaire with Oscar to work out what, with my middle child, with Oscar's not my middle child. Anyway, with my middle child, is actually answering each question twice, once for the middle child and once for me, and going through the whole list and said, yeah, Nathan's autistic, but you're more autistic than he is. And yeah, so I am informally diagnosed by proxy, as being mildly autistic, which kind of makes sense given what given my experiences in childhood and teenage years and early adulthood. And the only reason why I'm a functioning adult now is more a case of 5.5 decades of monkey see, monkey do and rote learning experience than it is actually understanding what the hell is going on a lot of the time. So yeah, there is that. I get people on an intellectual level, I get them up in the head, just don't get them in the heart. Just, yeah, I have no idea. And my childhood and teenage years was, very much a case of being the outsider looking in and trying to work out what's going on. And it was an interesting childhood. Strangely enough, my lack of communication skills, or at least lack of willingness to talk lots, but still being reasonably friendly, got me turned into something like the schoolyard confessional. So people would hit me with all their secrets and their issues and so forth. Wasn't able to help much directly, but I suppose I did do something good because people kept talking to me and talking about their issues and so forth, and I kept not passing those details on, so people knew that what they told me would be told only to me and would not get spread about. So yeah, as far as your personal secrets and so forth are concerned, I'm an impregnable vault. Maybe that's because I really am that trustworthy, or more the likely. I don't have many other people to talk about, talk to and so forth, and not likely to ruin what few friendships I have by betraying trusts, because that's bullshit. Okay, so there we go, and I am speeding, but I'm speeding in a good cause. Don't want to get scanned because I've got contraband on board. There we go. Already. No, you can't scan me now. I'm inside the station. Haha. I'm carrying probably... I'm going to filter my cargo and see what I've got that's illegal here. So the commodities, and it's the Mukasubi chitin O's. Okay, what are these? Notice and you were present using industrial mining equipment. How big are these bugs? Okay, that's more than mildly alarming. Oops. So that's yes, that. Okay, so that's 84 rare goods collected, 5 missing, 53 to go. How many are illegal in this system? Let's go to the filter. Prohibited. So I'm carrying 6 different goods here that are illegal. Interesting to see what I'm going to see what system has got the most attached to it for prohibited items. Okay, so now we're off to the Malachi system. wherever that is. Okay, 164 light years away. Ooh, I've got a map for this one. Brilliant. Clark Terminal. Brilliant. Don't have to muck about looking at the local system map when I get there. I just can go straight to my station. I like it when the plan comes together.
Shift detach complete. You are clear to leave.
And as you can see, yep, the paintwork on this thing is suitably lived in, worn and happy. Because, you know, the unofficial rule of Elite Dangerous is never repair your paint job. You want to look like you've weathered it, unless you're in a hoity-toity passenger liner like a beluga, in which case you mustn't let the wear and tear on the paint job go above a couple of %. Otherwise, you know, the rich snobs might look down on you as you try and take them somewhere, and then they'll start complaining, and then you'll have to space them.
Frameshift drive charging.
You are clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, this could be interesting. Because I'm going to be down to about half a tank of fuel, which hasn't happened all that often. And I don't know if there's how many fuel stars are on the way. I'm keeping myself blissfully unaware. Okay, so how many am I going to have to...
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, I'll get to fill up here a little bit. Yay me.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Okay, my fuel scoop is awesome.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So, another 595,000 light seconds, and then we'll be at our destination. Yay. Okay, let's see if the team at Frontier So I see here that Frontier Developments are really hyping up the upcoming operations expansion. Well, they should. It's been a bit of a while since we had a brand new thing drop into the game. Well, other than, especially as a free free expansion and stuff. Well, I mean, when was the last time? Fleet carriers. I mean, well, squadron carriers was part of the whole Vanguard update and so forth, but that was really just adding to what was already there. But something brand new entirely, which operations appears to be, it hasn't been done for quite a while now. And as I said, especially quite a while as a free update, upgrade, or hang on a moment. Or whatever it is you'd like to call it. So yeah, looking forward to the end of June. Would have been nice if they'd released it tomorrow, because tomorrow is my birthday. Yay me. So this is my last day as a 55-year-old, and then after that, it's the slow and steady plummet down the other side of the hill to the age of 56 and onwards. And tomorrow for my birthday, I get to be unwilling passenger and designated supervisory position for my youngest child, who's still on his L's at the moment, is getting his hours up with online driving time. So yeah, there is that. Man, I suddenly got the yawnies. Something chronic. So very, very yawny at the moment. Is the heater on? Because that normally happens, yeah. With me, if the central heating is on, I will be hit with warm air and so forth, and the lizard part of my brain will then go, I need a nice big flat rock to sleep on. . So what I think I'm going to do here is I'll tick away from that and close that off. Yep, so I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to take a quick break and walk about a bit and try and get some blood flowing and go interact with a dog or two. So yeah, see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, we're back again. A little bit distracted at the moment. Pardon me. A little bit distracted at the moment because I've managed to lose the cap on my insulin pen. So yeah, that's a little bit of a worry. A little bit of a worry. I have no idea where I had it. I literally just had it in my hand a few moments ago. Hang on, look. Okay, I have a new and acknowledged, a long existing, newly acknowledged superpower. I can lose anything in a very small space. Doesn't matter what it is, or where it is, or how long ago I had it in my hand, I can lose it. So I've lost the cap thing for this. Don't know where it is at all. So, if anybody has a clue, let me know. Failing that, if somebody's got a clue by 4, hit me with it. Yeah, definitely not on the table, which is odd because I've only been in this chair. And definitely nowhere around me that I can see. So yeah, when it comes to losing things, I really am that good. Well, happy to say that the audio glitches I was experiencing during my stream on Monday appear to have gone away. So, yay, winning on that score. So many Diamondbacks here in front of me. And here's the Sidewinder to make up the numbers and make the others look good. Okay. And will today be the first streaming session ever where I do not get myself a loop of shame? Time will tell. No loop of shame today. Huzzah. Okay, 18 degrees. So we got to get that a little bit cooler.
Check your speed on approach to this facility. Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 2-3. Docking initiated.
Yeah, not going to be auto-docking just yet. Want to get myself in through the mail slot first, and then I'll let the auto-dock take over. You never know when you're going to have to boost. There we go. What are you doing? My autopilot is trying to kill me.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, that cap isn't under my keyboard. I just checked. Gonna see if it's on my chair. Can confirm, not on my chair either.
Commence power down. You are most welcome, Commander.
There it is, hiding behind my phone. There we go. Crisis averted. Okay, so where are we? Starport services. What are we buying? Giant fungus. The entire continent, specially trained. Right. And gonna do a quick rename of the ship. Okay, where are we? Google stuff. Gemini. What's my previous chat? Yeah. Time for a visit to the paint shop. And will I be able to put an exclamation point in this name? I hope so. I hope so. Hang on. No, this is... sorry. My mistake. I thought I was in my... For some weird-ass reason, I thought I was in my Panther Clipper, which is called the Propocolo, which is Latin for the cup. But no, we're going to change that to Pro Cantharo with an exclamation. Hang on, I'll just see if I can change it. Is it legal? Delete. You can put an exclamation point in there. Brilliant. I know what I'm doing when I'm next at my fleet carrier. Okay, and where are we? How much cargo data do I have on board? I haven't been... Yeah. I periodically sell it just to get rid of it and so forth, and so if I eat the rebuy screen, well, at least it's not as expensive as it could be. Okay, now... So it's just me with my new giant space of fungi. So where am I off to now? I'm off to... Oops, lazy. First off, status update for everybody keeping count, and that includes me. So 85 rare commodities on board. 5 yet to be gotten because, well, hey, Narnia, and 52 left to go. Now we're off to the Kuma system for nanomedicines. I have the sneaking suspicion that this is going to be another bust. I just have that feeling. But we'll see what happens when we get there. So we're going to the Kuma system, Elion Dock, and it's only 362 light seconds away from the jump-in point. So who knew that space travel could be so short? Not the person that's responsible for... Oh, God. Seriously? Ugh. Couldn't be bothered waiting in the queue. I got all impatient. The squirrel said, "Go, go, 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 go!" And you got to do what the squirrel tells you to do.
Frameshift are charging.
Clear of the station. Have a safe journey.
Okay, there we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, so I just had a look at the Discord channel for the Hutton Orbital Truckers, where I announced this intention to do something stupid because reasons. And I've been involved in this particular online mission of mine now since the 12th of April.
4, 3, 2,
So we're looking at 2 months now, on and off, of doing this ridiculous little quest of mine. And then at the end of all of this, all of these rare items of mine get stashed away on my fleet carrier and promptly forgotten.
fuel scooping.
Because because that's the way we roll in the Shire. Okay, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for Elion Dock. There you are. Okay, don't get distracted. We want no loops of shame today. Okay, step 1 to avoiding a leap of shame successful.
Lincoln Whiskey Yankee Lima. Comms link established. Please approach the station at a safe speed and give way to larger vessels, Commander. Request approved. Set down on landing pad 18.
Okay, get through this slot without being scanned and my day will be good.
Maintain current vector, Commander.
Now let the auto dock try and kill me.
Automated docking approved. You may now hand over control.
Landing gear deployed.
Contact. Dispatching ground crew. Welcome to our starboard, Commander.
And I'm picking up nanomedicines. Medico. Oh, goody! Sophisticated pharmaceuticals use nanoscale materials to target disease far more effectively than conventional medicine. The product of an ambitious R&D program, they are developed by the technologically advanced community Utopia and exclusively distributed by Vandermeer Corporation in the Kuma system. And now I've got 1 ton of it to add to my collection. So that's yes. I feel like I'm praising a golden retriever puppy. Yes. Good sits, good sits. So that's, as you can see, 86 of them collected, 5 are missing, and 51 still to be collected. And with that, he jumped into the galaxy map and plotted his next step. It's going to be interesting to see what my flight log looks like when expressed as a map. Okay, so ooh, in-system map included. Huzzah! Toll ring. Four jumps away, and 523 light seconds to go. No dramas.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Departure authorized. You are clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Okay, need to boost that level up by another 100%. Be right back, the doorbell just rang. Yay me! Amazon just delivered. I got new shiny. My XLR dock just arrived. So, yay me. And final test of the beep noise on my in-game chat panel. Okay, I'm going to drop that down by 50%. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I've stopped fiddling around with this. Brilliant. Move, jump.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Fuel scooping.
Ah, phew.
Fuel scooping complete.
It is indeed. Let's jump to the next bunnies.
Drive charging.
I'm thinking about running voice attack in the background here, not just for the notion of actually controlling things by voice, but just so I've got other voices and so forth running, paging around in the background, and just adding commentary and live. So I think I might do that. Do that. Maybe just do that for the next session and start. I don't want to mess about with this further. Because, not gonna lie, I miss having Cecil
Fuel scooping.
rampaging around and getting in the way. Verbally, that is.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right. Just point myself in this place here. Just where we turn the headset off. Okay, looks like I have to put voice attack and so forth into the mix, literally speaking, with Elgato Wave. Because I can't do it directly from... hang on, let's see if I can't just... Layers... I might be able to... Where are we? So just add the audio mixer, and that's... Ah, of course. I can fix this. Oop. What the... Maybe it needs to be running at time of startup. Okay. We'll muck about with this later. Okie dokie. Oh well, it was a good idea while it lasted, but I'll probably have to go through and
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
and I'll probably have to do that through Elgato Wavelink. Just bring everything in, get my mix all nice and set up so the way I like it. And then after that, then stick it into the stream as well. 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, avoiding the loop of shame there. Which isn't to say that we can't get another one on final approach where I blow right past the station while slowing down, because again, get distracted. But you know, we're in the last 40 minutes of the stream and I haven't had one yet, so winning so far. Toll ring, but it's an outpost. There's no ring associated with this station at all. I've been lied to.
Docking request granted.
It'll let autodock take me straight in on this one. Don't seem to get scanned while I'm docking with outposts.
Landing gear deployed.
Uh-huh.
Docking successful.
Huzzah! Let's pick up the Loretos of berries. What's this? A native plant from a clear red fruit with a unique flavour. Carnivorous and berries contain blood plasma from Zukin. Oh, lovely! Vampires by proxy by eating these things. Lovely to see. So 87 on board. And my spreadsheet tells me that, yep, I've got 87 on board, 5 missing in action, and 50 left to go. Hey! Lovely. Okay, next stop is... oh, yep. Damn it all. Why the hell does Scroll Lock keep getting involved in this silly thing? Okay, so we've got another high distance super cruise ahead of us. After 4 jumps.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oops. Meant to hit the boost button. So excited. No, new package. I love this. Day early for my birthday, so yay. And obviously it is designed to fit into the Stream Deck Plus that I got near the end of last week. So I ordered both on Amazon. Well, my wife who loves me did.
System scan complete. Hull integrity compromised.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Damn exclusion zone not showing up. Do not like it when it does that. So it looks like I'm going to have some unexpected repairs when we get to the other end. Okay, what have I got done? What damage was done? Yeah. Oh, that was annoying.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Temperature critical.
Of course it's critical. I'm right next to a failed star.
Frameshift drive charging.
Very annoying. If anybody knows why the exclusion zone on a star often doesn't come up immediately, I'd love to know why. See, this exclusion zone popped up right away. Lovely, very polite, very well mannered.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
I wonder if anybody else has got a standard way in which they approach their new target in for multi-jump rolls and so forth. So when I'm approaching any sort of stellar body that's in the middle of a jump route of mine, I always point myself at the target and so forth as much as I can. I try and set up for a maximal scoop run as well, so I'll try and have the target system at the top of my little targeting reticule, basically the little bubble level thing that's next to your radar nav panel. Try and have that at the top of the dial, and then I'll generally roll in, do a roll to port, and obviously have the whatever stellar body I'm popping around. And as you can see here is at the top of my screen. Wonder if anybody else has got their own little arcane rituals, or do they just not give a toss and just point themselves in the general direction of where they need to go and not pay attention to how their approach and so forth is set. So maybe I'm being overly pedantic. Maybe it's not just me. Okay, so like I said, roll into to a port roll, star above me, and that generally happens each and every time I enter into a system, something like that. It's like it's the right way to do things. Okay, so now that I'm on my way, got anything that not pointing in my direction? Okay, that sidewinder could be nothing. Could be somebody a pirate with delusions of grandeur. In any event, I'm going to open up my Prezi. And we've got another instruction book here, probably the same as the one, or very, very similar to the one that came with my Stream Deck Plus. Very nice looking cardboard box, which I'm going to turn into recycling. Let's have a look at the new shiny, which is new and shiny. So yeah, it's not much to look at. It's just a USB-C port, headphone jack, 3.5 millimeters, and that weird ass little prongy thing for plugging in microphones to something that needs more oomph in the way of 48 volts or just looks better. So yay. Thankfully for me, my microphone has one of those prongy things at the back. Hang on, I'll just double check. Yeah, it's got one of those prongy things at the back. Don't actually have a cord for it, so I'm going to have to go to my local audio store and get one of those as well. So everybody's chasing me. I mean, I suppose I could have gone with just a USB hub interface for this thing, but seeing as I did say that I was going to get this so I could be slightly more professional sounding and so forth. Ah, I take the screws off, right. Okay, some assembly required. I thought it might have been just a case of you plug it into the back of it and so forth, but no, you've got to get a screwdriver out and muck about with things that way. So, okay, I know what I'm doing later on today. And nobody can stop me from doing it. Today has turned into a good day. Okay, just have to work. Ah, that's what it do. Right. I was accidentally monitoring my my microphone at the same time as I was hearing it live through well, this microphone here. So it's a bit of a double up on the voice, and it confused me. So yep, you get two shows at the moment. You get me playing Elite Dangerous, and you get me confusing myself with my streaming software and hardware. So, you know, double the entertainment. Okay, we're in the last 22 and a bit minutes of the stream. Hoping to be at Napier Terminal before that, and even better, would like to be at the Nguna at Biggle Hub to get some Nguna modern antiques, which is obviously a dichotomy. We'll see what the item description is for that. But at the moment, we're getting the Grandry Fire Opals after a quick trip of 501,000 light seconds. Okay, there we go. It's popping along nicely. I'm in Ashling Duval territory. Did not notice. So, actually get some merits this week. Yay me! Of course, I'm carrying a bucket load of drugs on my ship as well. So, you know, I'm going against Ashling Duval's ethos with regards to the whole thing about recreational pharmaceuticals. And if you've read the bio for Commander Wilferic, you'll know that he's a bit of a worry. In fact, let's just post a link. Where are you? Yep, got enough time. So yeah, he's made some questionable life choices and so forth, and so I'm really actually proud of the biography and notes. There are many legendary commanders to inspire awe and respect in the pilots' lounges throughout the entirety of human-occupied space. Sadly for Commander Wolferic, his name is never going to be counted among any of those luminaries. Instead, he may only be mentioned briefly, and possibly as a minor footnote, as part of an obscure clause in a tortuously long and confounding insurance terms and conditions page, detailing how your insurance may be rendered null and void should you decide to entertain the notion of starflight whilst under the lingering, or still delightfully active, effects of alcohol, onion, or any other non-prescription pharmaceutical supplement of dubious legality and murky origin. Commander Wolferic stands as an object lesson to all and sundry as why you should never fly in a straight line through curved space while completely bent. So I was actually really happy with the way the last bit there finished off with. I was so genuinely happy with that. Right. And yes, once again, Elite Dangerous persists in lying to us about the travel time to get there now. This has got to be the longest minute and a half in recorded human history. and then some. Okay, time to turn the purple orc into the grease deal. With a side order, a loop of shame. Okay, so I reckon at the end of this, I've got enough time ahead of me to knock out a trip to the next stop and pick up another set of stuff. And will the Autodoc take me in on this one? Because again, it's an outpost and chances of being scanned by anybody with a security scanner is, well, blot.
Docking successful.
Okay, time to get my fire rifles. Which seem of high-grade apples home for their mesmerized part of spaces is a status symbol representing damper. Oh yeah, gotta get that taken care of. Starport services, advanced maintenance. Hey! Six jumps. 88. So as you can see, we're now up to 88 commodities on board. 5 still in Raxler, pending an exit visa. 49 left to go. Let's go.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Be interesting to see what the galaxy looks like when Frontier does the color updates. Because I have to admit, I'm a little bit tired of everything being various shades of red and orange for the galactic plane. I would like something just a little bit more jazzed up and visually interesting. Because a sea of red, orange, and, well, blue is, well, flat.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right. Let's go. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Yep, so
Frameshift drive charging.
one more rare item to be collected today. And then we'll put the stream to bed, so 5 more jumps. Brief little bout of super cruise. And then we'll hit the commodity store, buy some stuff, and then we'll call it a day until this coming Friday.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, so for the middle of winter in an unheated house, why is this room getting so very, very warm? Very, very strange behavior.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, that's what I've been meaning to do as well, just to see how many rare commodities and so forth are illegal in each of the systems that I'm at. So we'll keep an eye on that from the next stop, and we'll see what
System scan complete.
what's got everybody so annoyed and angry with me.
Frameshift drive charging.
So today's stream will be a little bit over time. Obviously, if we're playing this strictly by the records, we'll be in the last minute of the stream. But obviously that's not going to happen, because I got places to go and stuff to buy. I got 2 more jumps to get there.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, so at the end of this jump, we'll have in-flight flight distance of obviously no SCO overcharge, because that would be cheating, of 1,872 light seconds to go. And yes, I'm carrying illegal cargo in this system as well. Well, who would have thunk it?
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, Big Ol' Hub, where are you? Okay, come on. Last few moments. Then I can put my toy together. So it looks like we're finishing off the day with only one loop of shame for the session, which isn't bad, but it's a bit disappointing that we got pretty much 2 and a bit hours of the way through, and then incoming pirate turned out to be a distraction long enough for me to well get distracted and go into a loop of shame. So on him. Right. Zipping in. Carrying illegal cargo, so got to avoid being scanned.
Comply with flight regulations as you approach the station, Commander. Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 37. Automated docking approved. You may now hand over control.
Didn't get scanned once today. Yay, winning. Okay, so what do we got here? These are modern antiques. Interesting nomenclature, bit of a misnomer.
Commander.
Okay, so that is 89 on board. Let's see how many of those are illegal. Seven of them. So the current count is now 89 commodities gotten hold of, 5 missing in action, and 48 left to go. And as this stream comes to a close and everybody steps away from the PC and does other things, remember, there's a big world out there. Don't do anything that I do because that would be terrifyingly boring and dull. So I'll see you all again on Friday. Just as soon as there we go. I'll see you all again on Friday, 10 a.m. Melbourne time, midnight UTC, and obviously that means that we're 10 hours ahead of GMT. So I will see you all Friday, and in the meantime, have a good day, have a great week.